Hey kids, getting into the dog days of summer, as I like to call them. And garden's producing like crazy. One thing I wanted to make real quick was pickled radish seed pods. A true delight. I'm sure you've never heard of it. I don't blame you. Yeah, I mean, and when I say pickled, I mean fermented. So, yeah, I mean, you can ferment basically anything if you want. You just gotta keep the salt ratio correct in the water. Radish seed pods are super good if you've ever had them. So just a little bean like thing like this, they taste like radish, so kind of spicy. And if you let your radish go to seed, which I did not intend to do, but I did, you can eat the pods and they're delightful. So I'm gonna pickle them. I've been eating them raw. I'm gonna pickle these two and see how it goes. All right, so you can see these have gone to seed. We got some real extreme heat here in Minnesota, and it caused all my radishes to go to seed. If you're looking at this and thinking like, what the hell kind of radish is this? This is a Daikon radish. These are not regular radishes. They went to seed because of that heat. Some of them still grew a little bit of radish. You can kind of see there a little bit of radish there, but not a whole lot. So I'll pull it. Actually, I'll probably let it rot, but I'm gonna pick these little seed pods. There's a ton of them, as you can tell. I'm gonna just make enough for 2 quarts and then start the pickling fun. When picking radish seed pods, what do you look for? Well, you look for the seed pod and you pick it and you put it in a bowl. Pretty tough stuff. It is hot though, so this does get to be a bit on the tedious side. We got a lot of mosquitoes here as well, so I'm getting sort of bit like crazy. I'm not a person that likes to spray myself, so I generally just kind of accept the pain. Not because I'm manly, just because I'm, I don't know, maybe dim-witted. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep on going here. As I'm working through here, decided to tell my plants sort of what's happening in politics right now. Now, this is not a political statement of any kind. I'm just saying I saw a little news article about some files being potentially released. Y'all probably know exactly what I'm talking about. I won't get into it. But I told my plants that. What the plants said? Nothing. Plants don't care. The garden doesn't care. You know, and that got me to thinking, like, maybe I shouldn't care. Why do I care about that? Just let me get back out in my garden and pick some radish seed pods. I don't know. I can control that. I can do that. Plus, they're delicious. All that crap going on and all across the country. I mean, yeah, maybe you should be aware of it, but I don't think a person should focus much on it. Be like the plant. Don't respond. Anyway, that's my philosophical message of the day. All right, got my seed pods mostly picked. I don't know if I think I only have maybe a quart worth here. I ran out of pods, so we're just gonna leave it at that. But I wanted to pick some seasoning for the ferment. We got some basil here. Probably wouldn't be very good with it, so I'm just gonna eat it. Oh, we got sage. Good old sage. It's just white sage. It smells super good. I'm gonna take a couple of these leaves, include it in the ferment. Never tried it, but I got a lot of sage. Might as well give it a shot, see what it does, if anything. Throw some garlic in there too. So we'll do a few leaves like that. Let's just grab another clean looking one. They're all looking really good. You can dry these and make like add your sage to your steaks and stuff like that if you want. Here we got some rosemary. Oh, rosemary tastes like pretty strong smell. Got some, I gotta clean this out. Got some oregano back here. It smells pretty good. I'll go throw some oregano in there. Why not? See what happens. Take a sprig. Got that there. Let's just throw some rosemary in there too. Why not? Wish I had something to put basil on. so much freaking basil and sage. Oh man, I just kind of eat the basil because I like it, but it's not like something you use super often. This is a tiny, tiny bush. It's like what it is today. All right, let's get to fermenting. Fermenting process numero uno. Cleaning. You want to get these nice and clean. Get most of the dirt off if you can. I picked pods that were above the soil, so oops, sorry. So that's why these don't have too much, but try to get as much debris off as you can. While you're filling this, throw in your spices if you have any. So I'm not really doing like spices, like I said, I'm just doing some herbs. So I got that sage and the rosemary in there. I'm actually gonna have enough for another jar, so more than I expected, but pack as much as you can in here. You want to remove as many air pockets as you can, okay? That all jammed in there. Once you're all packed in, garlic, 2 tablespoons kosher salt. So I'm using kosher salt. This is Redmond real salt. Don't want to use iodized salt. Make sure it's like good normal salt, and then we'll fill this with water here once I get the next scoop in. All right, once you're done there, filtered water. This is an RO system, so nice clean filtered water, no chlorine. Chlorine will slow down fermentation. And start filling it up. Shake it back and forth while you do so. Now the ratio of salt to water is 2 tablespoons of salt to 1 quart of water. Now this is not a full quart of water, so I'm going to be a little heavy on my salt solution, but that's okay. I want a little extra salt in there. And now we're going to seal this, put it in a dark place, and leave it. You'll want to burp it every single day, mix it around, but that's pretty much it. We'll see some of those come up here in a little bit, but this is how you get your ferment going. Now a lot of people use like, they're called stones to hold this stuff down. You can buy the stones, or you can use glass, you can use whatever you want online. You don't need it. I've done tons of ferments without it. I do several of these every year, and I've never once used stones. I just leave it like this with the salt in it, and I burp it every single day, and I mix it up. If I have to step away for some reason, you know, like for vacation or something like that, I'll put this in the fridge to ferment. But that's pretty much it. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a comment or a like. Otherwise, you know, do the other YouTube stuff. Bye.